So, for some weird reason, my mic doesn't seem to be working, and I have been speaking in my mic this whole time thinking that it's working, but I don't think it is. So, we'll just see how this goes. God really prompted it in my heart to talk about choosing a good partner, choosing a good life partner. And boy, do I have some good wisdom to share because I have grown so much in my life and I've radically changed the way I choose partners, the way I choose men, the way what I'm attracted to. It was not always like what I'm about to share. I didn't always have this wisdom. The wisdom I'm about to share is from my heart, and it came with a lot of pain, growing pains. So I'm going to share some wisdom of dating, of choosing a good life partner, and what to focus on in your singleness, what to focus on before you actually get in a relationship. I would say a really important thing is to be an observer. And this recently just clicked in my mind of it's not about getting a guy to like you. It's not about being the prettiest. It's not about being the coolest. It's not about being a pickable girl. It's not about all that. It's not about all the things you worry about. Are you pretty enough? Are you smart enough? Are you cool enough? That doesn't matter. If you're going to choose a man, especially a man in the kingdom of God, especially a believer, likely a good man who loves Jesus and is pursuing Jesus is not going to care if you're the prettiest or not. He's going to be attracted to your virtues, to your values, to your morals, to the way you carry yourself, to how you show up for yourself, for others. He's going to look at your character. He's going to look at your relationship with God. He's going to notice those things. He's not going to only notice how big your boobs are. He's not going to only notice how pretty you are and then want to date you. And that's the difference between immature relationships and mature relationships, is that when you are immature, when we're immature, I'll throw myself in there, when we are choosing partners from an immature place, we're not choosing them based on their values, based on their morals, based on how they carry themselves, what kind of job they want, how do they want to make their money, how they want to provide for their family. When we're immature, we're not seeing the most important things. And this is the beauty of heartbreak and pain, is that it teaches us a lot. It teaches us. Through pain, we learn and we grow. And so through the pain I've experienced in my life around love, I've matured a lot in this area to a point where I now understand that when you're choosing a partner, mature love waits. Mature love doesn't give your heart right away just because you find him attractive, just because you have one conversation with him and you're like, oh my God, I'm in love with him. Mature love is like you wait and you observe to see, how do you feel in his presence? How do you feel when you're around him? How do you feel when you talk to him? How do you guys talk? Are you constantly going up to him, or is he coming up to you, or is there a balance? What's your guys' energy like together? Do you open up around him, or do you feel closed off? Do you become a butterfly around this man, or do you shrink and shrivel and try to be someone else? Mature love, and when you start to become more mature while choosing a partner, you're going to not choose them based on one conversation. You're going to not choose them based on how cute they are. You're not going to choose them so quickly. That's the difference, is that when you're mature, you know that in order for you to fall in love with someone, it's going to take time. It's going to take effort. It's going to take consistency. It's going to take patience. And from what I've learned, it's when we are immature in love, when we are immature and we don't have the maturity yet to hold space in our life for a deep connection that's going to lead to marriage, when we're immature in love, we are most likely going to not wait to see if this person is a life partner. Now, this doesn't apply to everyone because not everyone wants to get married. Some people don't have this value, and I'm not speaking to those people. I'm genuinely just speaking wisdom to women who seek long-term love and marriage. Because though you don't have to take everything I'm saying to heart, always take it to God first, and then, and see for yourself if what I'm saying works. But this is just wisdom I've learned because I was once that immature girl. I was very, very immature. And so as I've matured the hard way, through pain, through heartbreak, through turning my whole world upside down, it's helped me become the woman I am today, who's so much stronger, so much wiser, so much more mature. I'm at a point now where if there's a cute guy that I see, I don't get hooked on him because I don't want to. And that's the goal. Love is not supposed to be an obsession. It's supposed to be patient. It's supposed to be getting to know each other. It's supposed to take time. And the old me would see a cute guy and instantly get hooked on him because he's cute and he's nice and he talked to me. But now I've gotten to a point where I really understand the power of patience, the power of waiting, the power of really getting to know someone before you date them. What is he doing for work? How does he treat others? How does he respect himself? Does he work out? Does he take care of his body? Is his car a disaster or is it clean? Does he eat healthy or does he neglect his diet? Does he treat his parents with respect? Does he treat elders with respect? What does he want to do for work? How does he want to support his family? Does he want a family? When we are seeking out a long-term relationship, it's really important that we remember to be an observer, not an obsessor. You don't want to be obsessed with the man that you're with. It's not about being obsessed. It's two whole people that love their life as it is without each other, but you guys make each other's life even better. That's the point. And I didn't do that for 99% of my life. I depended on the guy to make my life better. And my life wasn't good unless there was a man in it. And so I was in a constant state of longing, of like, oh, when am I gonna find a man? And it's like now, through the pain I went through and the wisdom God gave me, I now understand it is not about waiting for a man to choose you. It's not about that. It's not about begging someone to choose you. It is about observing. How do you feel in this man's presence? Do you like the way he treats you? Do you like the way he treats others? It's about looking and observing and seeing and using your judgment to see if this man is a man of virtue. Is he a man of his word? Does he have integrity? How does he handle stress? Does he allow himself to do hard things, or does he always want the easy way out? It's observing these behaviors and choosing to see if you want that. But let me tell you something. What you choose is a reflection of yourself. So if you find yourself choosing men who are operating at a really low frequency, then there might be something in you that is either thinking low vibe thoughts, or you have beliefs about yourself that are in your subconscious that you're not in touch with, that are keeping you attracting these kinds of men. Because I will say, when you're filled with the Spirit and you're really aware as a woman, you're aware of yourself, you have a good relationship with God, the kind of men that you attract are going to match that. That's why having a relationship with God is so important for women, because when we feel full on our relationship with God, when that fills us up, the kind of things we're attracted to, not only just men, habits, lifestyles, anything, the kind of things we're attracted to, when we're not seeking those things to fill us up and instead we're being filled up by God, then the things that we're attracted to are going to change because we don't need them. We're not needing them to fill this thing in us. When we're filled with God and that is enough, and we've let that be enough, and we actually love our life, and we love what we're building for ourselves, and we love our lifestyle, and we love our habits, we love our friends, we love what we're doing, we love the goals that we're setting for ourselves. When we're in love with our life, that high energy is going to want to seek another partner with high energy. Meaning, when you feel good about yourself, you're going to attract someone who feels good about themselves. So then it's two people who feel really good about themselves. And when two people feel good about themselves, love is stronger. And so now that I'm stronger and wiser, I understand now that it's not about him filling me up. It's about me getting filled up by God, because God is the ultimate source of fulfillment, of love, of getting my needs met. Because then when you're filled up, the kind of men you're going to want, you're going to look at it differently, because you're not going to see them as needing to fill you up. You're going to see who they are, because you're already full. You already feel fulfilled. So the kind of things you're looking at are going to be different now. You're not going to need them to find you the most pretty. You're not going to need them to find you X, Y, and Z. Instead, you're going to see them for who they are. And that's the beauty of having a relationship with God, is because when you feel fulfilled, what you notice in your life partner, in the man you choose, it's not going to be about how they can fill you up. It's going to be about, like, who are they? Who is this man? Are you genuinely attracted to him? Not just physically. Are you spiritually attracted to him? Are you mentally attracted to him? Are you emotionally attracted to him? It's not always just sexually and physically. There's many types of attractions. This might not click right now, but maybe it'll click when you've had your breaking point of enough bad relationships to where you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna fall for a guy that's cute anymore. Been there, done that. I'm gonna focus on his character now. I'm gonna focus on his virtue, his relationship with God, how he wants to provide for his family, his goals, his values. Like, that's what I'm gonna focus on. And so that's why wisdom is case by case. Wisdom is also an experience. You gain it from experience. You don't just gain it from reading it constantly. And yes, that's one form of gaining wisdom, but I would say the biggest wisdom, the most wisdom I've gained has been when I've been extremely hurt or been in situations where I had to stretch as a person. Life experience. And also, you don't need to beg for someone to choose you. Let me just tell you straight up, and I'm speaking about good men here. Good men of faith. I'm not talking about men who just want to have sex and that's it. I'm talking about men who are wanting marriage. You cannot force a man who's not ready for a relationship to choose you. I was talking to my friend about this. Men know. A man knows when when he wants to get married. A man knows when he's ready for a relationship. You don't need to convince a man to be in a relationship with you. And if you do, that's your sign that you got to surrender this to God, because you should never beg to be chosen. It doesn't have anything to do with your value, your worth, your looks, who you are. You could be the most perfect person and have every box checked and a 10 out of 10. But if he's not ready for a committed relationship and marriage, because he doesn't feel ready yet, and he's not established in himself, and he doesn't feel established, and he hasn't gone on his own mission and built his kingdom, and when he's not ready, he's not ready, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't force him to love you. You can't force him to choose you. It doesn't matter how beautiful you are, how cool you are, how unique you are. A man will know when he's ready for a relationship. He will know. It's almost like my friend said it, like men have a biological knowing. Just like how women have intuition, men have this way about them where they just know it's time to find my wife. It's time to find a wife. And many women get caught up on men who are attractive, who have good values and good virtues. They are entering their career or starting their career, and the woman themselves, that she's a 10 out of 10, and she's like, we would be so great together. Why is he not choosing me? Like, what about me does he not like? And girl, let me tell you, it's not about you. A man needs to get to the point himself of wanting a relationship, not you telling him to be in a relationship. Men know. Trust me, men know. This whole question of, so what are we? Like, no, you don't ever have to question a man's desire for you when he's ready for you. When a man is ready for you, you will never have to ask him the what are we question. He won't be confused. This is, again, a man who's ready for a long-term committed relationship and or marriage. You will never have to guess if he desires you. You will never have to guess if he chooses you. You will never have to guess your place in this man's life, because he's not confused about you, because he knows what he wants. So choose a man who knows what he wants. And if a man doesn't know what he wants, let him be. I'm not saying to ditch him, walk away. No, just let him be. Let him be. It could be 6 months and he's ready. You just don't know. You just have to let men do their thing, and they will come around when they're ready. And that's the painful part of God's timing that we don't want to go through. We want him, and we want him now. But you know what? Sometimes that's not how it works. And you're better off letting him come to you naturally, organically, versus you forcing yourself on him. Let him establish himself. Let him choose his work right now. If he's not choosing you, it doesn't mean he doesn't love you. Honestly, you will never be confused in the presence of a man who wants you. The more you truly fall in love with your life and fall in love with your relationship with Jesus, you will just start trusting that God will give you a man who's ready for you in that timing, in God's timing. You will attract a man who's ready for you. You will. A man who's ready for you carries himself in a very different energy, but sometimes we're too impatient to trust God's timing with love. And so we force ourselves onto these men. That's not it. You got to trust God will provide. God will provide a man for you. All you have to do is just keep building a strong, sturdy foundation with Jesus, with God, and God will provide. And it's crazy because all you got to do is just trust him. Just trust and surrender. So yes, 2 main things here are be an observer, and to remember that when a man is ready for a relationship, you will never have to guess where you stand in his life. Those are the 2 main things. And also I want to say, just because a man's not ready for a relationship doesn't make him a bad guy. It's actually a good thing. He knows himself. He knows himself, and he's not established yet. It's so important for a man to be established before he's gives himself to a woman. It's biological. They need to be established. They need to have, like, make money. They need to go out and go in the jungle, go in the wilderness, and build their career and build themselves before they can actually truly get married and settle down with a woman. So yeah, just keep your relationship with God strong. Keep building a life that you love. Keep creating. Keep doing things you love. Keep hanging out with friends. Just keep your life interesting. Keep your life exciting. And I would say most importantly, keep your relationship with God your number one priority, because God will fill those needs in you, and He will purify your desires, and He will transform your heart and your mind. So not only will you think better thoughts about yourself to attract better, but you're going to view love and relationships in a very different way the more your heart gets cleansed with God, with His love. So that's all I have to say today. I hope that you got something out of this. It's a long video, but I had it in my heart to say this. God prompted this in my heart, and I had to spill it. I had to express myself. That's why I'm so grateful for YouTube, because even if one person watches this, it's okay. One person is a soul, and that's a big deal. So it's my cross. I love my cross. Anyway, peace out.